Hey everyone, my name's Amanda and I'm the Fun Size Reader, and today I want to talk to you about The Ever King by L.J. Andrews for October's Fun Size Book Club in 2024. That was a really awkward intro, but it's fine, whatever. Y'all know me by now. Did I read this book at the beginning of the month? Yes. Did I wait until the very end of the month, the night before book club, to record the video? Also yes. I never learn. Sorry. The Ever King by L.J. Andrews is the first book in the Everseas series. She now has multiple, including the second book, The Ever Queen, which I will be reading. Now, this series specifically comes after her first 8 or 10 book series. I can't remember if it's 8 or 10. It's really long. Okay, it's really long. That's one of the reasons why I have not moved forward with that series, because I read the first book. I liked it. I thought it was a good intro to the world, to the characters. I enjoyed it. But the rest of this series was so daunting, being so long. I just was like, I don't know if I can read this right now. I have too many other things going on, too many other books to read, too many other videos to get out to you guys. So I picked up this one, or picked this one for book club, and it comes after. So if you're reading this, it kind of does ruin some things. It's set 20 years later. So the characters that were prime in that series are kind of additional characters in this. Trying not to super spoil things. It's later. You don't have to read it to enjoy this book. I didn't. I only read the first one. I didn't read the next 7 or 9. I read this one. So what is The Ever King about? The Ever King is... Okay, I just looked through almost this entire book. I cannot figure out what her name is because she's either called Songbird or Love, and I literally can't remember. So female main character, I'm going to call her Songbird. This follows her journey being captured by the Ever King, who is the sworn enemy of her people, her Fae kingdom. There was a previous war, first series, and the result of this war ended with his captivity and his banishment from his kingdom. And one day something happens that opens the kingdom back up, and he, as revenge against his enemies, decides to take their princess. A bunch of other things happen, but that's what gets the story going. Star rating. I gave this book 5 stars. I was obsessed with this book. I could not put it down. The second I finished it, I ordered myself a physical copy, and I love the physical copy. Guys, this book is stunning, okay? I don't know what the hardcover looks like. I ordered them blind. I hadn't seen the options, so I don't know if the hardcover is just kind of exactly the same, just not paperback. But I went with the safe choice and got the paperback. It is tall. I think it is 6x9. So it is the big paperbacks. The inside, y'all. It's beautiful. Okay. She has artwork throughout this entire book. Random places. So much artwork. The Black Pearl-esque chapter art. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's stunning. She did a great job with this book. It also just like the formatting of the page is just so readable. And I read this on my Kindle, and now I already ordered The Ever Queen. So I'm going to be probably reading the physical book. Spice rating. This was a 3. It was not as spicy as I anticipated it to be. Got up to my normal rating for a book towards the end. It was like kind of a slow burn. But it did get spicy as the story went on. Non-spoiler review. I really enjoyed this book. You did not need to read the first series to really enjoy this book. There are trigger warnings. There's a lot of things that happen that she does have a whole page listed. Literally a whole page. I wasn't super bothered by things in the book. I do think there's a lot of like character growth and development in this book that just kind of adds to the story. So I have seen some criticism, and LJ posts the criticism. It's kind of funny where people are like, how do you like this? He literally kidnapped her. We're like, yeah, so it's our villain romance. Okay. But I love a villain romance where you get to know the villain. And this is definitely one of those. Like, I love Bloodsinger. I love him so much. Now, again, I have not really read the first book or the first series. But the magic in this book, very intriguing, very interesting. I really liked it. It's pirate themed, right? So it's got the nautical creatures kind of intertwined in the Fae world, but each person doesn't belong to a family specifically. They're named for what their power does. So Bloodsinger alludes to what his power is. Like, it was unique. I really liked it. I thought it was really cool. I loved the cast of characters. I loved the twists and turns. I did predict the ending a little bit, but I was fine that I predicted it. Like, I was totally okay that I predicted the ending. There were still some things though that took me off guard. Like, still some things towards the end that I was like, oh, didn't expect that. Did not expect that at all. Overall, highly recommend. Highly recommend. It does leave off on a cliffhanger, hence the reason why I already bought book 2. Which is just as pretty, friends. Just as pretty. Oh yeah, LJ posts this one all the time. Lots of good art. All right, so now we're going to talk about specific spoilers. I don't really know if I have anything to like super spoil. I mean, obviously we're going to talk about what happened, but I just loved it so much. I just was like, I accepted the book as it was, as a whole. Nothing to like really deep dive into. So I am curious what you guys are going to say in the chat. Like, please tell me if there are specific things that you want to talk about, because like I said, I just like accepted the book. Let's talk about side characters for a second. I loved the side characters. Sewell. Oh, I loved Sewell so much. He was my little buddy. I loved him. I thought he was such a great addition. I loved the connection that he had to the brother-sister duo. Again, their names are just like completely gone. But finding out their backstory, I was like, oh my God, I really hope that they kind of get their own books. Obviously, I don't know what happens in Everqueen. So maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't know. But I really hope that they kind of get their own books. The power that the brother had, so crazy that he can just like turn into water and be a spy and like kind of nuts. And then the sister being a siren and having her voice cut out and having to like learn her own powers, and then finding out that Sewell, their father, was like protecting just the whole story. Their whole story, loved them so much. Her cousins, I also really liked. And I know that Jonas is getting his own book, which I've seen some of the art for that. I've seen some of the quotes for that, and I'm here for it. I am here for that book. I think that this is a series that could be like one of my favorite series. I really enjoyed the book that much. Eric Bloodsinger. I loved his power. I thought it was great. Blood is something, if you know me and you want to talk about this at some point, we can talk about it. But blood is something, despite my previous profession, that I do not enjoy at all. I'm not like squeamish about it, but I just want nothing to do with it. So like having Eric Bloodsinger, and my love for vampires is also funny, but having Eric Bloodsinger's power be what it is was super interesting to me and like didn't really gross me out. I don't know why, but I thought that was very unique, that he just poisons people with his blood and then he can decide to save them or not by singing. Like, so cool. So cool. I loved him as a villain, but also not a villain, because he's not a villain. He's not a villain. I love that we got to see like the deeper side of him and like why he is the way he is, and his trauma and how he's tried to grow from that and how he tries to protect people and protect his kingdom. And all he's doing is trying to save his people. And I love Bloodsinger. I do. I love him so much. He's also about to lose his fucking mind because Songbird is gone. And I know he's got to go back to her parents, who all the reveals at the end of the book with that, like how they didn't actually torture him. They weren't the ones that were doing it. Like all of that stuff, that reveal was crazy. I was expecting that there was something more to it. I did think that they were using him. I did not think that it was, not them, that they actually saved him. So that was really a twist that I didn't expect. I liked it. But I know he's about to get his ass kicked when he's back there. Like, I know he went back at the end and he got captured, but I know shit's about to go down with her dad, which is going to be crazy. I really hope Alexei gets out of the little hole that he fell in and helps Bloodsinger and helps them realize that he's not bad. I also really liked the like mental health connection that she put into the characters and how they kind of helped each other mutually with their own struggles, because they each had their own and they're different, but they kind of came together and helped each other. And I really loved that. I love seeing that in a couple. Yeah, really loved them together. I also love that she was so part of the Ever, like her power was connected to the earth. And I don't think it was solely because of the little mark that she had. Like, I think there's, you know, fae bonding and something in there that's deeper than that, because it didn't seem like just a spell to me, you know, because they were kind of drawn to each other from before she even had the mark, like in the prologue. So I think there's more going on there. The crew turning at the end, not something I anticipated. Did not anticipate that it was Eric's brother. Yeah, that one was hard because like I did not trust that guy from the very beginning. The first time he was introduced to Songbird, I was like, something's not right. Something's not right. He keeps like coming in at random times. Like, I just don't like this guy, but I was not really even thinking about him. Like, I was not thinking about him being involved at all. I thought it had something to do specifically with the uncle, like the uncle was still alive, or there was just like some other person that was doing this magic poisoning. Like, I did not have that connection to his own crew, especially with like the blood oaths that they were talking about, how they like can't go against the Ever King. Like, yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. And I think I will thoroughly eat up just as much the rest of the series. I think that's all that I wanted to say. I can't really remember anything else. Well, I hope you all loved the Ever King as much as I did. If you didn't, I'm sorry. Don't read the rest of the series if you didn't, but I hope you loved it. I will be reading The Ever Queen. I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to get to it yet. I mean, maybe we'll fuck around, and if everybody liked it, maybe we'll read it for December's book club. I don't know. Let me know if it's something you want to do. I haven't decided for December yet. It's too far away. Way too far away. Anyways, thank you so much for coming to book club and reading along with me this month. Make sure to stick around for the next video, which will be the Fun Size Book Club pick for November of 2024. If you like reading fantasy and romance books, I post reviews on my channel weekly, so make sure to click like and subscribe if you want to be notified the next time I post a video. And if you like what I have to say about books, make sure to check out my book that I wrote, Dawn of Hope by Amanda Breyer. It's up there on the shelf. It is on Kindle Unlimited. I do have all kinds of copies available, special editions are right over there. You'll see it everywhere in this room. I don't have room. I don't have anywhere to put it. So yeah, if you like what I have to say about books, check out the book I wrote. Thanks so much for coming, you guys, and talking about the Ever King with me. And I'll see you guys next time.